So I created a workflow that turns product photos into 50 viral
that is
UGC
way
ads.
better.
And I'm going to show you how you can make it yours for free.
That one, easily.
So agencies usually charge brands around 3 to 8 grand for this type of stuff. And that usually buys just under like 15 ads. But in this video, I'll show you how I use Claude Code and Wireflow to generate up to 50 viral UGC ads from just a single product image. All right, so now we're in Wireflow and I've opened up the UGC ad generator template. And what this does is it generates 5 viral hooks from a single product photo. And then if we come down here, you can kind of see how it works and then how to run it. And so for this video, we're going to use the skill, the custom Claude skill, to do all of the research. And it's going to go out and it's going to find fresh viral hooks and then decode them into your own formula. So I'll open this here. This is the skill end-to-end, and I'll just include this link in the description. So you can come in here and grab the skill, put it into your Claude Code. And then once you have that in your Claude Code, you open this template here. So once you've run that skill in your Claude Code, it'll automatically know to use this template, and then it'll go into the template and it'll adapt each of these prompts to the new viral hooks that it found for your niche. So once it's adapted the hooks to your niche and those viral videos that it's found, the only steps left are to pretty much replace this with the product that you want in your UGC ads and then run the whole workflow, and then you'll just get 8 Seedance to UGC ads. And when you're in Seedance, you can come in here and you can click on it. And then on the right here, you can see all of the different settings. So for this example, I just set it to 7 seconds and 720p with audio. But you can change this to 1080p or 480p, and this goes all the way up to 15 seconds or down to 4 seconds as well. And then, so the whole workflow end to end, you start with the image, then you have to run this node here. So this is going to adapt the hook that Claude found to your image. And then it's also going to write the perfect prompt for Seedance to recreate that specific viral hook into like a short viral ad. You can also change the settings on these chat nodes here by just coming here and then changing the model. Usually I use 4.8 if I'm trying to do the most high-end creative work. But for this example, 4.6 works fine. And then these are all the examples that I showed at the start of the video. This here is a preview node, which pretty much just lets us put all of the videos into a single node. And then I can click on this little magnifying glass here, and that'll just full screen it. Then we can go through and just look at all the different outputs, full screen easily. Then this one here is called the compose video node, which lets us crop images together, like a video editing node essentially, but we can get into that in another video. Now I'll just take you through the whole process end to end. So we'll start with the Claude skill, then I'll change the product, we'll get new hooks, and I'll run the whole workflow end to end. All right, so I'm back on the workflow page now, and I've just come here to grab the Claude skill. So I'm just gonna click that. Essentially what this does is an end-to-end 5-step research and build. So it goes through the research phase where it finds proven viral ads, then it downloads them, then it decodes them. So it has scripts and processes to extract the transcripts and the frames. Then it breaks the ad into a structured hook formula, a full checklist, and JSON schema with the decode guide below. And then it generates the prompts and turns them into Seedance videos. And then it directly connects to Wireflow, injects those prompts. It runs you through how to set up your Wireflow API as well. And it pretty much acts as your agent companion working in Wireflow. So the first stage that it runs through is the automated research. And I've had Fable kind of set this all up. And it tests all of these sources here. And so if you want a bit better results, you can give it your meta ad library API. The API token, and then it'll have essentially the YouTube search, and it'll also have the meta ad library to go off. But we'll just jump straight into it now. So I'll download this viral UGC skill, then I'm just going to open a new Claude chat and just drop it in here. So I'm just in my downloads, select that skill, and I'm just going to write, can you please run this skill? And so I've set up my Claude to run on bypass permissions. It's also running on Fable with the effort max. All right, so the skills come back and it's just asked me to explain the product a little bit, who buys it and a differentiator. So this is pretty important so that it actually goes out and finds the right viral videos to decode. So I'm just going to write a skin serum for acne. All right, so it's about 5 minutes later and the agent's just finished doing all the researching and it's pretty much run the whole skill. And then this is the reply that it gave me. So stages 1 to 4 done, 8 finished shot cards, each cloned from a real viral video, stage for your acne serum. Then you can see the prompts are here in this markdown. And then we have the hook formulas in this JSON here. Then the next steps, we're gonna wanna set up the Wireflow API key. So we go to Wireflow settings, API key, and I'll just show you how to do that really quick now. So from this page, we just click on Wireflow. This, if you're logged in, will take you to your files. Then we go, click on your username, settings, API keys, and then just click create new key, give it a name, and then it'll show you the full key, and then you can just copy that, and then back into your Claude. I usually just paste it into Claude, but that's bad practice. You should usually set up like a .env file and then paste it into there and then tell your Claude about it. And then once that's done, you can just say, set up the key, it's in this repo. All right, so that only took about a minute or 2 minutes, and it's pretty much just spit out our workflow link here. And what it did essentially is inject all of those prompts into the workflow so that all we have to do when we come to the workflow is upload our skin serum. So I'm just going to upload the example image here. And then in a few seconds, we'll be able to run any LLM. So that's the example skin serum. And then I'm just going to run this one. So once we get the result here and like we're happy with it, I'm just going to run all of these at the same time. And then I'll run one of the Seedance ones, check what the result's like. And then if the result's good, I'll run all of the Seedance ones at once. All right, so here's the Seedance prompt. We can click on this little magnifying glass to bring it up. And it looks like it's done pretty well. So it says push in, move the camera smoothly towards the mirror over the sink, one continuous move, vertical 9:16. And then it describes the room. And then it says, the girl says, nope, we're not popping you today, as she squeezes the glistening drop from the clear glass dropper. All right, so that's a good one. Now I'm just going to run these 3 all at once. So I'll just use this select tool here and I'll drag and make a group and then I'll just click run 3 selected. All right, so these all just completed. So now I'm just going to run the Seedance node here. And when that's finished, we can just look at the output, and if it's good, we'll just run the next 3. But while that's running, I'm just going to also select all 4 of these and run these so we have the prompts ready to go for these Seedance nodes as well. All right, so the video just finished generating. It took about 2 minutes. Seedance usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes. We can just watch the video. Actually, I'll make it full screen. Just watch the video here. So that turned out pretty realistic. It looks pretty good, and you can definitely run that as an ad. So now I'll just run the rest of these all at once. So I'll just select them, run 3. Then once these 3 are done, I'll run the bottom 4. All right, so I actually just ran them all, and they've all just finished up now about 2.5 minutes later. And you can see there's like quite a bit of variety because the Claude skill's gone out and it's researched all of the actual viral content types. And so now I'll just play them all for you at the same time. Yeah, so there's the whole workflow pretty much end to end. And then from here, if some of the content is not up to scratch, I'll usually just go back into my Claude and I'll just say, hey, can you change the scripting here, or can you touch up the hook? You can pretty much work with Claude as your assistant, and then Claude will come in here and it will edit the workflow for you. And then all you have to do is the final run click. So I'll just play a few of these outputs now so you can kind of get a feel for the quality.
Okay, unsponsored brightening routine. Here's the only step that matters. Nope, we're not popping you today. Fine, the app won. I bought the serum.
All right, so that's pretty much the whole workflow. One product image to 8 UGC reels with full research done by a Claude skill as well. And if you wanted to scale this into 50 UGC reels, you could just ask Claude to make 50 more Seedance nodes and then find 50 more hooks and insert them into the video. Hopefully this video was helpful. I'll be sharing the link to this page in the description, which includes the actual Wireflow workflow here alongside the skill here. And you can pretty much just give the URL to your Claude Code or Codex and it'll be able to figure it out.